All right, welcome to the Sports by Cap podcast. Today we're talking about the Dallas Mavericks salary cap situation, much like the salary cap situation of the other 17 teams that we've covered. This is one of the final teams that made it into the plan or close to the plan. See if I have the actual standings here to verify what I'm telling you is accurate. Let's see if I even have the correct information here. So the Dallas Mavericks did a crazy thing and traded Luka Doncic. Okay, yeah, they were the 10th seed. I think they were in the play-in, but then they got knocked out. So they won the lottery. They literally defied the odds and got the number one pick. So they're going to take Cooper Flag, okay? And it has to be. You cannot fumble this. I'm telling you, you cannot. So we're going to do a double take here in this video. We're going to talk about the salary cap situation, and we're also going to do the simulation of the draft just to show you what their roster will look like when they actually draft. So if I go to, and I'm on the NBA mock draft simulator, okay, so we're going to go and start the draft. We're going to look at Cooper Flag's position, but also what is he going to bring to the table with this team. Okay, so if I just look at, pardon me, if I just look at the roster of the Dallas Mavericks right now, okay, they have a pretty good team. And look at their depth chart. So you have Kyrie Irving, Theo Pinson, Klay Thompson, Caleb Martin, and this cat, Anthony Davis, and that guy right there. And then all these guys here, okay? So if you look at Cooper Flag, he is a small forward. And so what a lineup would that be if they had Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis at the 1 through 4 spot? Because Anthony Davis is more of a power forward than a center. He's always said that he didn't want to play center and that he prefers to play power forward. I remember him talking about that when he was on the Lakers. He did not want to do that. So you can see that they need a center badly, okay? And when they get Cooper Flag, because they have to take him, you cannot draft anybody else when you have the number one pick. So they're definitely going to take him. And they're not trading him. They're not going to be flipping him. It's insane to even think about doing that. It's just insane. Like, it's insane how they traded Luka Doncic. Okay? Can you imagine if they didn't trade Luka? And they had Luka, Kyrie, Cooper Flag, and a 4 and a 5. That's a pretty amazing, deal. So, we've simulated the draft. I haven't simulated it, but I've shown you what the roster looks like and what Cooper Flag is going to bring to that roster. He's going to fill the void that they need. And what they really need is a center because, like I said, Anthony Davis is not a center. But let's go to the cap machine now, and let's load up this team for Cooper Flag. And let's go deep into the luxury tax so we can get the most competitive team out of this possible. Okay? Now, there is a scenario where, and they need a center badly. So let's look at their payroll. and I'm going to do a deep dive into this because Kyrie's got a player option for $42 million. There's no way he's not opting into that. He's injured, so he's definitely going to opt into that. Um, there were some rumblings, possibly that Kevin Durant would play for the Mavericks, but according to the latest reports, as of June 18th, which is today, Kevin Durant prefers the Spurs, the Rockets, and my Miami Heat. So, and in most of the videos I've talked about those teams. I don't think I've covered the Spurs yet. I covered the Rockets. I covered the Heat. So I've talked about two of the three primary teams that are possible partners with the Suns for a trade. So let's take a look at their roster for the Mavericks. Let's rip up the cap sheet a little bit. Let's clean it up so we have a little cap space to work with. And then let's load this team up for a championship run, because if you get Cooper Flag, you have Kyrie, you have Klay Thompson, you have Anthony Davis. That's a pretty good team to be building around. And what you really want to do is have Kyrie locked up for 3 years with Anthony Davis. So let's see if we can build a championship team with the core that we have, along with adding Cooper Flag. Okay? And if I have to trade Anthony Davis to get a center, I'll do that, because they desperately need a center. One of the ideas that I have, actually, is we go get KD and DeAndre Ayton to team with Klay Thompson and Kyrie, and we get rid of Anthony Davis. So let's take a look at that, and let's see how we can make that happen. So I'm going to get DeAndre Ayton to the Mavericks. We're going to send Anthony Davis to the Trailblazers, and that should be a clean trade. Okay, so the Blazers need to cut $9 million, and we can take $32 million back. So we'll take on another player. So how about Robert Williams III? Now I have two centers. Okay, there you go. We're successful. So we have $19 million available to move. Now to get Kevin Durant, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I wonder how much can they take back? $7 million. Okay, so all right, so for right now, we'll take DeAndre Ayton. And what this also does is it creates more flexibility, because he's on a 1-year deal. And Anthony Davis is so injury prone, I wouldn't keep him. So now I have DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams III, Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford, P.J. Washington, Caleb Martin, etc. And then I got, if I get Durant with Cooper Flag, we can make a run. Okay, this is a very good team. So let's see if we can get Durant. Okay, and I know that the Mavericks are not on his list, which is fine, but let's just see if we can make it happen. So let's send, we're going to send the center, actually let's send DeAndre Ayton back to the Suns. Okay, and let's keep Robert Williams III. Okay, and let's see what that does. We have to cut $800,000 from the Mavericks, and then we're there. And let's see if the Suns can take on $19 million, and the Trailblazers can take on $7 million. So let's see what we need to do. Let's send PJ Washington to the Suns for right now. Okay, there you go. So I was able to get Durant and Robert Williams III, and you plug in Cooper Flag, and this is a championship team right out of the gate. They have, so Kyrie has got a player option. Let's give him a 3-year deal. Okay, so I'll give him a massive extension. I'll extend Durant. We'll give him a 3-year deal, and I'll give him $50 million a year. Okay, and then we'll extend Robert Williams III for 3 years, and he is 27, so he's in good hands. Let's give him $23 million. Okay, we'll save that. And so now we have everybody's lined up with Cooper Flag, okay? Because remember, he's going to have a 4-year contract, 2 regular years, and then 2 team options. So that's why I'm lining all these contracts up for that. So that way they line up with Cooper Flag. And the thing about Cooper Flag is he's on a rookie scale contract. So they have a lot of flexibility to work with. When they get him on the team. So Spencer Dinwiddie, I'm going to give a 4-year deal to. And we'll get one more cat in here, and then we're good. There we go. We need a good backup for Robert Williams III. And there you go. So we're under the first apron. We have $155,000 in tax space, and we're at 209. Okay. Next year we're at 202, 163, 139. But actually, when you add Cooper Flag in there, which that will be added later, then you'll be able to see what the numbers are. But you can see that we gave Kevin Durant $50 million, a $203 million contract to keep him around until he's 40. Same with Kyrie. He'll be around until he's 37. Robert Williams III will be there till he's about 31. And then these other guys are locked in for 4 years. So they have a lot of moving parts, but we're way over the luxury tax now, because that second apron is, I think it's 207. So, and we got a 15-man roster, so we're good to go. Thanks for checking out Sports by Cap here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get an update anytime we upload new content, and check out the latest videos from the show right here on Sports by Cap on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.